In this problem, we are asked to consider the volume formed by x squared minus y squared equals 16 and x equals 5. And if you can recognize this as a hyperbola, then that will help you quite a bit with the graph. Right? The picture of x squared minus y squared equals 16 roughly looks something like this. But if you're not sure, one option is to solve for y. And when you do that, you'll have what? Y equals plus or minus the square root of x squared minus 16. The positive root gives you the top half of the hyperbola. The negative root gives you the bottom half. And we're focusing specifically on this here. So we're looking at this area. And this is being rotated about the y-axis, which means my circles will be oriented vertically. And my big radius goes from my axis of revolution to 5. And I'm going to need to subtract out the portion in blue. So I'm taking this chunk out. So that means that my integral will be pi times. This intersection occurs from -3 to 3. Right? And you can solve for that just by substituting 5 into x squared minus y squared equals 16 and solving for y. So that's why we're integrating from -3 to 3. And my outer radius has a length of 5. So it will be, my expression will be 5 squared minus my inner radius, since it needs to be in terms of y, will be the square root of y squared plus 16. Right? Just again solving the original equation for x. Squared, and we're integrating everything in terms of y, so this will be dy. You could do this one by hand, you could do this in your calculator. In my calculator, what I would be putting in is I would let y1 equal 25 minus y squared plus 16. Right, so I simplified it a little bit. And if that's y1, the piece I want to integrate, then math 9 will get me function integrate. y1 comes from hitting vars, sliding one to the right to y vars, choosing function, and then y1. I want to integrate with respect to x, because that's how the calculator works. And one quick correction, your calculator won't know the difference between y's or x. You just have to keep track of it in your work. So in your calculator, you're going to put y1 is 25 minus x squared plus 16. Just there's a way the tool needs to work. So in the calculator, it would be function integrate y1, defined in that way, with respect to x, integrating from -3 to 3. When you do this, you'll end up with 36. And we can't forget the pi in front of our integral, so our answer is 36 pi.